leadership role among the teammates. How have you been able to do that coming in out of the transfer portal?
For me, it was just kind of understanding the culture here. That was the biggest thing for me, is just understanding how they run things and like kind of buying into that, and then kind of leading. They said you can't really lead unless you kind of give first. So I kind of just like did things quietly without telling people, and then people would notice that, and then people would come to me for advice, and I just started being more vocal, and kind of just helped them to bring me into that leadership role, but kind of still sitting back a little. I don't want to overstep on any of these vets. They did their time here, so I just got here, and I just want to do what they brought and what they want me to do.
So you transfer here in January, work through spring. It's getting started in the fall now. How comfortable would you say you are with the system and the new home?
Oh, I love it here. It's fun here. I love the players here. I love the coaches here, and I especially love the strength staff here, man. I came in around like 350, got down to I'm at 315 now, so it's really a lot of weight. School up north, I struggled a little bit to lose some weight, but now that I'm here, I kind of got on track. Love helped me get on track. We kind of had that face-to-face track about like my career and what I had to do to get to where I want to be. So he helped me with that, and then bringing in Brandon, our nutritionist and dietitian, she helped also set me straight with that. So it's kind of been amazing just being here, and just all the resources they have here kind of just helped me become a better athlete.
In the spring, you talked about how much you felt like this team is like a family and that you had like brothers, right? How do you feel like that connection has kind of led you into this fall camp where you're all grinding together?
I think it just means a lot more. You guys know about Spencer Webb. I feel like that was a really rough time for us, and I feel like that brings us a lot closer. And like we have our DNA traits that we talk about every day, and like every time we break down, we say our 4 DNA traits, and then we say 4, so that it allows us to remember who we're doing it for. And like it's really awesome because like every day you wake up, man, you just never know. So I'm grateful for just being here out here playing football with all the boys, and just kind of going through this grind. It sucks sometimes, but like. I'm fortunate enough to be playing the game still, man, so that's all I can really say.
A couple times during fall camp, a couple times during media day, and now during fall camp, Dan has brought up the fact that football is to be played a certain way. How is football supposed to be played? What have you kind of leaned from that? With a lot
of aggression, but it's with a lot of controlled aggression. You got to learn how to be poised, We kind of learned our lesson today. We were a little too aggressive today, so we ran a little, but that's all right. But it's just how we practice is how he wants us to play the game. So he wants none of the smack talking, none of the extra stuff. What he wants is us to have clean practices, because practice translates into how we play in the game. So if we practice and we, have a bunch of penalties, a lot of smack talking, that's how it's going to translate to the game. And that's not something Dan's about. So we kind of respect him and what he wants, and we kind of stand behind him because, he's a great dude.
Besides the weight loss that you've had, besides the weight loss you've had, a year ago you were in Seattle. You consider yourself a lot different player, and how optimistic now than you were then?
Yeah.
And how optimistic are you for the future for yourself?
I feel like I've gained, my football IQ has gone up a lot. Between Tony Tuioti, Tony Washington, Cam, Tosh, we have all these great guys that help me kind of open up my game. I'm slowly learning like backfield sets and kind of how to play blocks, and like learning wideouts, like those formations, and also learning the back end too, because I feel like that's important for the future. That helps me be vocal on the field like I am off the field, and that helps me just kind of help the backers control up front, so they have to worry about everything. And then for me, it's exciting. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot stronger. I feel like I know a lot more. So it's like I'm just excited to like step with the pads, and just get out there and play football.
You mentioned getting to 315. Is that about where you're trying to stay?
That's where they want me. I want to get to 300. I want to move a little better. I look a little slow, so I want to move a little better. Show that I feel like I got a lot of speed. It's just the weight kind of holding it down a little. But I feel a lot better though. So yeah, I want to get to like at least 300 by the season, And I feel like right now, I feel like I lost it in good weight, so I feel stronger. So, and I'm still able to play those blocks how I want to. So that's perfect. So that's perfect where it is.
In terms of working with Coach Love and Coach Beckham, like, is there one or two or multiple things that they've done that have been really helpful for you? And like you said, getting quicker, feeling lighter, feeling more explosive?
Oh, they were just real with me. They were like, if you want to play in the league, you got to learn how to control your weight. And I was like, that's my goal. So like, that's the biggest thing is like losing weight, you got to be real with yourself. You got to really sit down and look at what you're doing and be like, what do you got to cut out? If you want to, it's like one of those things. If you want to be great, like what are the things you got to sacrifice to be great? That's really what they came up with me. Like, Taki, I know, like you want to go to the league, like you got to control your weight. And like I like just bought in. I was like, man, I got to a new place, man. I want to control my weight. And I just bought into it. A ton of extra cardio and just like extra Saturdays, you know, when they had pancakes, I'm over there doing cardio instead. So kind of sucks, but it's all right. But at the end of the day, I know it's all out of love because I know love. He wants the best for me. Hey, Benjamin.
Hey, Casey and Jordan coming from Nebraska. Is there a sense of chemistry between those two?
Yeah, I feel like they played together. They played in TOD's defense, so they understand it. And so we kind of let them run the defensive drills just because, you know, they've been with him and they know his standards, and then we kind of just follow behind him because they know what he wants. So it's been helpful though to have them here.
How do you balance that as a defensive lineman, gaining speed, shedding the weight, but also keeping that power and strength?
The biggest thing is with Love, he doesn't let us lighten up on weight. So the one thing he did with me this offseason too was he pushed me, and I've touched weight I've never touched before. Like I touched 455 bench press, and I've never touched that. You know, and so with me losing a lot of weight, he just told me like I gotta kind of put the right things in my body and still make sure I'm pushing that same weight, you know, and still learning how to push it with the weight I have on my body. So
Talked about the road period to web passing. How do you think that affected team chemistry? Do you guys think you got any closer during the time period?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I feel like it was weird for me, especially just coming in. Funny story. The first time I met Spence, the first thing he said was, "Yo, you're the kid from UW." He's like, "I can't dab you up until after you wear your Oregon gear." So, and then it goes on, you know, we go through spring, and then spring finished, we finished our spring game, he comes up to me and really dabs me. He was like, "Nah, you're a duck." And I was just like, I knew he was joking, but like, it was funny to see that, you know? And I just think that Spence was like a light to the team, you know? He was always outgoing, you know, he was hilarious, he always had, you know, he always brought good energy. So like, I feel like with his passing, it just really made us closer as a team, you know? It let us like just set aside like it made us open up to each other, really. That's what it was. Like dudes just started opening up to each other, you know, sharing how they felt, because it was one of those things like you just lost your brother, you know. We had that morning we had a talk about gratitude, and I was fortunate to be in this group, and he just talked about how he just missed us, you know. He was just like you guys are my brother, so like just that right there, you know, just made me appreciate this team even more. And just like that's something that always stick with me, was like he really loved the boys here, man. This is like they were brothers to him, no matter what. He loved me the same way. So it was just, I think it just brought us all together and just made us realize like this football thing means more now to us. And like when stuff gets hard, it's like we got to do stuff with Spence too. It's just like that's just the standard. Is like he's not here with us anymore, man. So it's like we got to be grateful and just bust our asses. As far as my friends, bust our asses just to make sure that we, you know, set things straight for him, because I know he would love to be out here with us.
Was there anyone really, when you talked about, you know, stepping up to play and like, opening up, was there any like one of your teammates like stepped up first and kind of got everyone together and said, "This is what we have to do"?
It was a lot of guys. There was BA, there was Bopo, there was Biwo, there was Keon. But there was a lot of guys that just kind of stepped up and was like, we had that meeting the next day, man. It was just like they kind of just got up, you know. You could just feel the pain in everyone's heart, you know. Like there was just things that, you know, they didn't get to say to them. So, you know, it's kind of tough, but I feel like those guys just opening up, it kind of got them out of their comfort zone, because they're vets, so they're kind of like, you know, we're vets, we're gonna kind of help lead. You know, it was like it's hard for them to kind of, you know, do both. But then now that we experienced that, they kind of all just kind of took that role and like, there's no more being quiet. You know, it's like I gotta do this for the team, and they kind of just bought in and just kind of helped everyone realize that like all the younger guys can talk to them. You know, like it doesn't matter what it's about. It can be about girlfriends, it can be about family. You know, like the smallest things. You know, like depression. Like, but like that's the level we're on now. Is like we're like. I feel like the young guys are willing to open up to us, and we're willing to open up for them just to, you know, kind of connect, and that's really what builds team chemistry.
There's been a lot of moving parts in this defensive line, with DJ finding a home on defense, Brandon moving around a little. Do you feel like you've been able to find a real role in the defense now that you've been here a few months?
Yeah, I think, like I said last time I was interviewing, eat up blocks. That's my thing. Eat up blocks and just kind of make havoc in the backfield, and hopefully I accomplished that this season, you know. But mainly my main goal this season is just have my boys eat. Like have the guys behind me eat, no matter if it's Flo, Hefe, if it's Noah, if it's anyone behind me. I just want them to eat. I just want my boys to eat. At the end of the day, like I feel my role is just to eat up lunch and have my dudes shine, and that's all I want to do. So.
That's something that. Who has been shining? Who has impressed you on the defense so far?
Defense, I think Brandon had already been shining, but I feel like he stepped it up to a whole nother game. I feel like he stepped it up to a whole nother level that's really helped our defense, and he's kind of taking control of our D-line room too, and like making sure we get extra work and like just making sure we're on top of our things. And I also think Noah and Flo have stepped up a lot and just kind of controlling defense. And I feel like Hefe has become a lot vocal. So Jeffrey, if you ever know who Hefe is, but he's become a lot vocal and just like kind of making sure we know what we're doing. And then also, who else? Popo. Popo's opened up a lot. So I think Popo's as the old man of the group. I feel like he's kind of stepped up and kind of taking the role of like making sure we're all good too, and just kind of like understanding the meaning of how to play D-line and run.
Yeah, and knowing that the season's only a few weeks out, have you noticed a sense of excitement with that group?
Oh yeah, it's slowly picking up. It's like in practice, we're a lot. I feel like we're a lot more aggressive because we just know the season's right there. So it's like we're trying to just train our bodies and just strain our bodies so that when it comes game time, we're able to play at that same speed. And I feel like that helps us get better and that helps the offense get better.
Is there any coaches that could kind of match that level of intensity you guys bring?
Tosh, for sure, Tosh. Tosh and Love. Love, that dude just got some amazing energy. That's just someone you want to be around every day. When you come and live and you're just sleepy, he'll wake you up with just his energy. And then Tosh is just high pace, a lot of energy, loves the game of football. So him and Zomskis. So you'll hear him say Zomskis a lot, but he's loud. You guys probably interviewed him, so you guys know he's loud. So that's just one of those coaches that you love to have. Him and Love are just a great combo for us. Thank you guys.